2023 graduated students are still waiting for their offer letters even after 2 years of getting the job.
Me and my 12 batchmates are waiting for onboarding for over 2 years now. At this point, I have lost all my hopes.
Tech employees in their 40s and 50s are being fired from companies by labeling them as not competent enough. TCS, which was quite famous for never firing its employees, just laid off 12,000 employees. Something is definitely off with the Indian IT industry, which is affecting thousands of people in 2025. If you are a fresher struggling to get a job or someone who got laid off recently, watch the video till the end. I have something for you for free. In this video, we will discuss why Indian IT industry is the single most important economic driving machine for Indian urban cities. What is wrong with the Indian IT model? How artificial intelligence can make lakhs of skilled engineers unemployed in next few years. And finally, what will be the impact of this on our economy? For 30 years, the business model of the Indian IT industry was one of the most successful in the world. Hire smart graduates cheap, build global clients in dollars. This simple model of cost arbitrage didn't just build companies, it built our urban cities like Bangalore, Gurugram, Hyderabad and Pune. But what if I told you this model is now collapsing, and this can lead to companies doing mass layoffs, lakhs of employees leaving cities like Bangalore and Gurugram in numbers so high that these cities can completely fail to its ground, and the event which you and I fear the most, recession. In this case study, we will dissect the collapse of the Indian IT empire and trace the catastrophic domino effect that follows. Part 1. The Golden Goose. But first, let's understand how IT sector was built in the first place. The journey of India exporting its IT services was started by the foundation of TCS in 1968 by JRD Tata. But the real growth started in 1991 when the Indian government set up STPI, Software Technology Parks of India. Back then, there was no GitHub, so companies like TCS literally used to send their employees to the US to write code for these companies. Obviously, this was not scalable, but with the launch of STPI, things changed and a client in the US could access the code written by a group of software engineers in India remotely. This was the game changer for Indian IT exports. After 1991, cities like Bangalore and Hyderabad became magnets. This created the first layer of jobs, the software developers, the testers, the project managers. This is layer 1. Their high salaries created demand for a second layer, the direct support economy. This includes the construction companies that built their offices and apartments, the bus services that transported them to their offices, and the power companies that kept their computers running. This is layer 2. Then came layer 3, the consumption economy. These well-paid professionals needed places to eat, shop, and travel. This fueled the explosion of restaurants, pubs, malls, and multiplexes. The entire quick commerce market, now worth 80,000 crores, was essentially built to serve this layer. Finally came layer 4, the aspirational economy. The barbers, the domestic help, the security guards, the delivery drivers. Millions of people migrated to these cities to serve the people working in layers 1, 2, and 3. This 4-layered ecosystem is how a city like Bangalore generates immense wealth, and it's also why the government became so dependent on it. For every 1 rupee the government spends on a city like Bangalore, it collects over 5 rupees in return. It was the perfect economic engine, but now someone has pulled the plug. Part 2. The AI bomb and the hiring bubble. The first disruptor is artificial intelligence. For years, the IT business was a numbers game. More people meant more billable hours. Now, AI tools can write, debug, and optimize code in seconds. A project that needed 200 people can now be done by 50 people with the access to AI. This isn't a temporary downturn. It's a permanent technological disruption of the business model. Value is no longer in headcount, but in high-end AI-driven productivity. The current LLM models are so good, even if we 2x the capabilities of the current LLMs in the next 5 years, the scale of layoffs we could see could be so huge that it could shake our economy. And with the new updates every week and the current Cold War between US and China to build the AGI first, the capabilities of LLMs can grow exponentially. The second factor was the post-COVID hiring bubble. During the pandemic, IT firms hired aggressively, creating a massive surplus of employees. Now that the demand has cooled and AI has arrived, they are left with a bloated workforce. These companies are trimming their workforce by two ways. First, not hiring freshers anymore. I mean, come on, we don't have to scratch our heads so much for this. Tools like GPT-5, Claude, Cursor, and other LLMs can write better code than any fresher right now. The best part, or I should say the worst part, these tools can write code 24/7 without needing a chai sutta break. Yup, all these little shops in front of every Indian office selling chai and sutta will see a decline in sales due to the rise of AI. Second, firing well-paid mid to senior employees. The 12,000 people fired from TCS recently were mid to senior level employees. I mean, why not? Why will you fire 3 employees taking 6 lakh each when you can fire an employee taking 20 lakhs per year? Fire high-paid employees, make the low-paid employees use AI to increase their productivity and output value and save thousands of crores each year. TCS will reportedly save 2,000 to 2,200 crores every year from firing these 12,000 employees. Part 3. De-urbanization of urban cities. If millions of IT employees lose their jobs, it could lead to 6 stages of economic events that will eventually lead to recession. Stage 1. The mass exodus. This is the first immediate shock. An IT professional who loses their job in Hyderabad can no longer afford the rent and high cost of living. They pack their bags and return to their hometown. It's the most obvious thing. Hundreds of thousands of high-earning individuals leaving the city. Stage 2. Downfall of real estate. It happens in 3 stages. Stage 1. The rental market crash. The first to get hit are the landlords. The thousands of PGs and co-living spaces built exclusively for IT freshers will face 50 to 70% vacancy rates. They will default on their loans, leading to a wave of bankruptcies. Rents across the city will plummet. Stage 2. The resale market freeze. With no new IT professionals moving in, there are no buyers for existing flats. People who want to sell will find no takers. This creates a negative equity trap where the outstanding home loan is higher than the actual market value of the flat. You are trapped in a property you can't afford and can't sell. Stage 3. The ghost towers. What happens to under construction luxury apartments? The developers, seeing no future buyers, will halt construction to cut their losses. The city's property tax collections, vital for running municipal services like water and garbage disposal, will collapse. Stage 3. The consumption collapse. With the highest earners gone, the city's consumption engine dies. The 80,000 crore quick commerce market faces a demand cliff. But it's the physical businesses that will suffer most. The high-end restaurants in Koramangala or Jubilee Hills will see their tables empty. The pubs in Gurugram will have no crowd. The Uber and Ola drivers will find no rides. This is the death of the ancillary economy. Stage 4. The EMI time bomb. Nearly 1 lakh crore in car loans and a massive chunk of the 33 lakh crore in home loans are concentrated in cities like Bangalore, Gurugram and Pune. Even a 10 to 20% default rate would create a multi-lakh crore black hole in our banking system. Stage 5. Taxes hit to the government. With IT-driven cities acting as tax powerhouses for decades, their slowdown creates a fiscal vacuum. The fall in consumption, corporate tax contributions, and income tax from the high-earning IT professionals creates a vacuum of thousands of crores of tax that previously flowed to both state and central governments. This tax drop doesn't just affect local development, it starves national priorities like highways, defense modernization, and healthcare funding. Stage 6. The recession spiral. This is where all the cracks come together to break the foundation. When people leave the cities, houses lie empty, businesses shut down, and loans start defaulting, the whole system begins to choke. Banks stop giving out fresh loans because they are already drowning in bad ones. Builders stop new projects. Small businesses that used to depend on IT workers from the chai shop to the multiplex shut down one after another. Now think about the ripple effects. When spending falls, factories sell fewer cars, fewer bikes, fewer appliances. Truck drivers have fewer loads to carry. Even farmers feel it because the city is no longer buying their vegetables, milk, or grains in the same quantities. One city's collapse spreads like a virus through the entire economy. GDP growth slows, investors pull out money, the stock market dips, and suddenly the India growth story doesn't look so shining anymore. Now, all of it can look exaggerated to you. You can call me pessimistic and all, but this is the possible worst case scenario that is quite likely to happen if things go in the same manner. Youth wasting hours of their time on Insta rot memes. Indian education system not adapting to the changes happening. People still being illiterate about this new technology, which is artificial intelligence. Part 4. How to thrive, not just survive. Here are my few cents on how to thrive in this new economy. Playbook Rule 1. Become an AI augmented professional. The person who uses AI will replace the person who doesn't. It's simple. Stop resisting and start leveraging. Master AI tools to become 10x more productive and indispensable. Playbook Rule 2. Build a T-shaped skill set. Deep technical expertise is no longer enough. You need broad skills in communication, product management, and business strategy. Skills AI cannot replicate. Don't just be a coder. Handle projects end to end. Make yourself a strategic thinker. Playbook Rule 3. Prepare for the rainy day. This is non-negotiable. The era of reckless EMIs is over. Don't buy status-driven things. Build an emergency fund of at least 12 months of expenses. In an unstable market, cash is king. It gives you the power to survive, to learn, and to pivot without being trapped by debt. Playbook Rule 4. Build something with AI. With AI-like technology in your hands, you can build products, scale your ideas to real startups, create content, and build distribution. You can access Gemini and Perplexity for free. ChatGPT has launched a special plan for Indians which is just 400 rupees every month. It used to be 2000 rupees every month. Even our neighbors still don't have access to these LLMs for so cheap. Learn to use these tools and create something magical with it which people could appreciate, or even the best, pay for it. I'm attaching a few other articles if you want to dive into real possibilities of AI in the future and learn about it more. I will also attach few of my favorite newsletters around AI that you can subscribe to. If you're a fresher struggling to get their first job, or someone who got recently laid off, comment LinkedIn guide and I will send the free LinkedIn guide I built myself, which can guide you on using LinkedIn to create job opportunities for you. You can subscribe to my channel as well. I will consistently post about AI and the economics of it in our life. I claim no expertise in the topic, but I'm deeply curious about it. My future efforts on this channel will be all about increasing AI literacy in India. Cheers.